Hi, I'm Hussein Al-Akhili, and I'm here to talk about an impact someone had on me. And who was that person? Well, that person was Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith was always someone I knew of in pop culture. I mean, how could you not? He made a bunch of movies. He's a part of nerd culture. He even appeared in an episode of Ray William Johnson. But did I ever take him seriously? Probably not. And that's because I didn't see the appeal. Like, what was the point? Why was he so hyped up? Is he really a cinematic auteur? I used to think that way and I was really dumb, but that's how I thought. But then people kept citing Clerks as such an influential film back in the day. Like, a film for low-budget filmmakers get inspired. Even Christopher Nolan was influenced by Clerks to make Following. And I was like, really? Why are people hyping up Clerks? And then my friends were like, listen man, you gotta watch Clerks. You gotta at least try it out. And I was like, alright, let me see this. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'll probably nothing. And safe to say, I was hooked. After I watched Clerks, I then watched all his other Few Askew films, and I was like, really loving them. I always fell in love with them. I fell in love with the director's style, his dialogue and everything, and it had such a big impact on me. And that's why I want to make this video, because I now want to talk about impacts certain people gave me. Impacts that, created a lasting impression on me and gave me inspiration. And that's why I want to share this to you, because even though I'm a very new Kevin Smith fan, and I'm not a diehard like a bunch of other people, I am becoming that now, and now I really just want to talk about why Kevin Smith had an impact on me. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to look through Kevin Smith's filmography that I've seen and just go through all of them and then just gradually talk about what impact it had on me. So let's get started with this video. First off, we're starting off with obviously the film that everyone knows about, Clerks. Clerks was the first film he made because this is a film that was made for a grand total of $22,000 that was funded by exclusively selling his comic book collection and maxing out credit cards. As somebody who just made a $70 film, I feel his pain. But the thing is, yes, Clerks was the film that set off his career, and there's a reason why this film is beloved. Obviously, the thing about this film is that Smith did not set out to tell this grand, epic story, and he obviously couldn't for that budget, but he realized he had a convenience store he worked at, he had access to, and he had a lot of stories and personalness to tell, and that's what he did. The thing that makes this film so brilliant is the lack of story it has, because it's not a grand story, but the thing is, it's just a day in the life of someone's mundane life, and that's what makes it so brilliant, because it just shows the rude customers he had to deal with, the stupid people he had to deal with, his friends, the grand adventures they go on. And what this allows the story to be is very personal. You really get to connect with the characters and really get a lot of arc and depth to them. And there's a lot of themes to it. Yes, this film is really funny. It's a really funny film. But amongst all the vulgar humor, there's a lot of depth about what you really want to do in life, being stuck in a dead-end job. And this film came out 25 years ago. And I relate to it because I've had a dead-end job that I never liked. And I feel like I could be doing so much more, like, I don't know, making movies, making videos. And that's what I love about what Kevin Smith captured in this movie. It's brilliant. And it's so well directed because for a film that's cost $22,000, you really can't know it. It just feels so artsy. It just feels like this guy can frame and shoot and edit in such unique ways, because there's so many films of guys just doing shot, reverse shot, and it's just very bland. There's no stylism to their direction, but Kevin Smith just has his style in all cylinders. Smith's next film was Pan, but you know what? Over the time, it developed a cult audience, and for me, I really like this movie. This movie is Mallrats. Mallrats is not as good as Clerks because I don't think the themes and the characters are as good as what they were in Clerks. But that being said, this film is bigger and better than Clerks in every way, as in it just feels more grand. It's just two guys hanging out on a mall all day. It's really, really fun. He really captures that vibe of two guys just hanging out, and that's what I really like, is you really get connected to the characters and what they really want, and it just feels very personal. And Mallrats is just a blast. And you also have Jay and Silent Bob appearing, really setting up the map for the View Askew verse, and these two are hysterical in this film. Mallrats is a blast, and overall I really enjoyed it. Oddly enough, Kevin Smith felt like he needed to return back to his low-budget roots after Mallrats, and he made what's hands down my favorite Kevin Smith film, Chasing Amy. Chasing Amy just feels the most personal to me, and that's why I love it so much, because this film has just so much to say. It has so much to say about men's sexuality, so much to say about women's sexuality, how to feel gays and lesbians, straights, non-straight, and it's just he has a lot to say. It just feels so personal. The script Kevin Smith wrote here just feels amazing. The dialogue's so real. It feels so rich. There's such great character arcs. Probably the most story there ever was in a Kevin Smith film to me, but like, it's just perfect. I love Holden McNeil. Probably one of my favorite Kevin Smith characters. Ben Affleck's performance in that film is just incredible. I mean, that one scene he has in the car with Alyssa, like, my God, perfect. Just amazing acting from Ben Affleck. Jason Lee steals the show. He's just hilarious in all his Kevin Smith movies. And Jason Lee is just awesome. And this film just overall feels the most personal. This has this great indie filmmaking in the 90s. It has such great direction. Again, shots are just not framed in conventional ways. They're just very creatively shot, very creatively edited. And overall, it just feels like a real story between real characters. And it just feels so personal. And then we have Dogma, which is probably my least favorite Kevin Smith film because I just felt like the pacing wasn't as like strong as he ever was. But that being said, Dogma is one of the most insane movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, because my God, there is so much vulgar comedy. There's The View Between God, and then like there's characters like Chris Rock falling out from heaven to stop like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who are both hysterical in this film. And oh my God, this film is absolutely balls to the wall insane. I can definitely see why people are so pissed off for the wrong reasons, but this film is a blast. It's really fun. Even though my least favorite of the Kevin Smith films, this film is still pretty good. And then Kevin Smith decided to make a film based on Jay and Silent Bob. Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, and this film is hysterical. Now, this film does not have much of a story, and unlike films like Clerks, Mallrats, or Chasing Amy, there's not much personal stuff to the characters, so you don't really get that. But overall, this film is a blast. It's a road trip. It's really funny. Has a lot of things about internet commentary and haters and shit. And this film came out in 2001, which is insane because he predicted the future. People still do this to this day, and it's so funny. And my God, the cameos, the amount of cameos he packs into this film is insane, including Mark Hamill as Cockknocker, Holden McNeil in one of the best things ever. And this film is so funny. And honestly, even though it's not one of Kevin Smith's best, it's probably one of the most fun because this film is so quotable. Funny thing is, after I saw Clerks, and then I found out he made Clerks 2, and I was like, but why? I thought the story ended when Dante left the store after maybe doing something with his life or something. That's what I thought. I thought, why make a sequel? Would it undervalue the first one? I was really skeptical. I popped in Clerks 2, and I was so surprised. Clerks 2 might be just as good, if not better, than the first Clerks. I'm still deciding, but here's the thing. Clerks 2 is viscerally funny. Like, my God. The scene when Randall argues about Lord of the Rings, or when Randall calls customer hysterical. It's so freaking funny. Like, this film is a blast and everything. And it has an independent feel. Like, you can really tell Kevin Smith really wanted to make a film that feels very personal. And he made that with Clerks 2. And that's why he's really funny. But it's oddly his most emotional film and really sad film. Because he has so much themes about growing up, growing apart from your best friend, doing a new job. What does that mean for you? What will that change? Do you really love this person who may not love you back and everything? And he has so much to say. That prison scene that's in that film is like 5-10 minutes long, and it's the most visceral thing ever written. Like, I was so glued into the characters. It just feels so personal. It has the lack of story again, but you just feel the connection between the characters, and it's beautiful. The way he begins the film, the way it ends, just feels very symbolic. It's beautiful, and you can really tell Kevin Smith wanted to make Clerks 2 and wanted to tell this story, and that's why Clerks 2 is one of the best sequels ever made, because it's just, it evolves on what the original film had to say without undermining it and ruining the characters. And he doesn't treat anything like a joke, and that's why Clerks 2 is that good. Which leads me to his most recent film, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Yes, he made a sequel, and I think this movie is actually on par, if not better, than Strikes Back. Believe it or not, I really enjoyed Reboot because Reboot's also a really damn funny film. Like, it's just insane the amount of cameos he packed in, and it's really fun. And he also has a lot to say about reboots and nerd culture and everything, and he still has a lot to say about that category. But it made me think, why did I find it better if I thought the first Jay and Silent Bob didn't have much depth to the story? Well, it's because he actually does that with this movie. Jay and Silent Bob Reboot has a lot to say about also growing up, what really matters at the end of the day, doing something for other people. And my God, Jason Mewes, he can actually act. Like in this film, he actually showed some genuine emotion, and there's some genuine scenes of him talking with certain characters. I was like, oh man, like you feel it. And also one scene I want to cite: Ben Affleck returned to play Holden McNeil in one scene cameo, and I thought nothing of it. Oh, it's gonna be a great joke and everything. The fucking monologue he delivers in this film is one of the best he's ever delivered in his entire career. It's not just the fact that it's a perfect conclusion to what the story was for Chasing Amy and concluding that segment of the View Askew-verse. It's just the fact that Ben Affleck just shows some genuine emotion in his monologue, and it's one of the best he's ever done in his entire career. And that's why I love Holden McNeil as a character so much. But that's the thing. This film still shows that Kevin Smith has still a bunch to say about film and the stories he wants to tell. Kevin Smith may not be the most flash director, maybe the most cinematic films, like the most cinematic lighting and colors and everything. He may not do that, but the reason why Kevin Smith has such an impact on me is just what he has to say, the personal touch he has, his indie filmmaking and everything. I just want to explain it. This guy makes films about characters, like not really about story, but mostly about characters. His films are character driven. You just feel the connection to the characters, and when I watched him, these films has just taken a life on me because you just feel so much with the characters and the journey they go through, and it's inspired me. These films has inspired me to make films kind of like what he did, because I kind of want to do that. I want to make films that are centered around characters and really feeling for them and the adventures they go on. And sure, you can be cinematic and stuff and everything, but Kevin Smith has shown everybody what really matters at the end of the day is character. And that is why Kevin Smith has had such an impact on me in this last month. Alright guys, I had a lot of fun talking about Kevin Smith and the impact he had on me, and I really hope in the future I can make more videos about impact certain pieces of media or people had on me. With that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, please give me a like, favorite, and subscribe. Click on the notification bell for alerts and brand new videos. And then comment below, tell me you guys thought of the video, so you guys encourage me to make way more videos in the future. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.